Welcome to Belgrade and to a white-hot atmosphere for this crucial Group 7 World Cup qualifier between Serbia and Bosnia. There is so much history surrounding these two countries and therefore so much at stake when they meet. But just to add to matters, this is practically a winner-takes-all match for a number of reasons. The bottom line, if Serbia win, they go through to the World Cup finals. Should Bosnia take all 3 points, a playoff place awaits tonight's visitors. Let's just remind you about the two team lineups. First of all, Serbia, where Dejan Stankovic is injured and misses out. Alexander Lukovic is only on the bench. It means there's a start for the Shakhtar Donetsk midfielder Igor Duljaj and also the Terek midfielder Onyon Koroman for Serbia. As for Bosnia, well, they make 4 changes to the side that did win at the weekend. Branimir Bajic, Muhammed Konjic, Vladen Grulic and Mladen Bartolovic all miss out. Ninoslav Milenkovic comes in, as does Džemal Berberović, Sergej Jankirovic and Zlatan Bajramović, the Schalke striker. And there's a check on the Bosnia and Hercegovina lineup for tonight. There is so much on this World Cup qualifier that neither team dare lose. A draw may not be good enough for Serbia to go through to the World Cup finals, but it would be enough for them to gain second spot in the group behind Spain, who we take to beat San Marino, playing at the same time tonight. It's a big night for both nations. Clive Walker alongside me in the commentary position. There's just a reminder of the standings. Serbia win, they go through. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, simple as that, and that's what they have to do. But obviously Bosnia, with local problems over the years gone by, will not lay down for them. They need the points just as much as Serbia do. So white-hot atmosphere, tense feelings. You feel there's Petkovic there, the head coach. Nervous times for them prior to kick-off, and you feel the atmosphere within the crowd.
55,000 have packed into the Red Star Stadium. Tickets were sold out a long time ago. There is a small band of Bosnian supporters away to our right that will try to urge their team on. Very much the onus is on Serbia here, because they know that if they take all 3 points, there's nothing Spain can do about it, there's nothing therefore Bosnia can do about it. They will go through to the World Cup final. It's been such a tight section throughout this qualification process, with Serbia, Spain, Bosnia and Belgium for long parts of it, all battling it out to try and claim a place in the World Cup finals in Germany next summer. The first foul after just the opening few seconds. Our referee is a Greek official, Kyros Vasaras. He'll have to stand firm tonight, there's no doubt about that.
I'm just going to say that, Dan, to be fair. You know, big game. We've talked about the players, big game for them tonight. It's important that they try and stay on their feet as long as possible, but you know, some of those situations are going to be very difficult for the referee and his 2 assistants to deal with, and you just feel that I suppose he's going to stamp on some free kicks early on in the game and stamp his authority on it, because you're going to see 1 or 2 situations where players go down very easily.
Bosnia on the attack here, an early opportunity to come forward, and then the challenge coming in once again. That's going to be a free kick. The best of the challenges coming in, and the Greek official electing to give the decision to Bosnia. Matej Kazman there, who's been in such goal-scoring form for his country and his club for that matter since the switch from Chelsea to Atletico Madrid. Has got a little bit of defending to do.
Well, this is always was a free kick for me. It's obviously 1 or 2 problems here for the referee, sorting it out in these early stages, probably due to the Doves still being on the pitch from the earlier gentleman who decided to let them all off. So dealt with now, free kick to be taken.
Robert Nagic was of Partizan Belgrade who committed the foul. The free kick is taken, and they've worked an opening here. The shot is fired in, and then a second, but always rising and over the crossbar. And on that occasion, Dragoslav Jevrić didn't have to make the save. It was Vedin Music's shot, now playing his football in Italy with Torino, always rising. And Music on that occasion firing over.
Yeah, but it's well worked, isn't it? Love to see a free kick change slightly from just a direct shot, especially from distances like that. It's a good 35 yards. Music there, trying to get his shot away, but getting underneath it. But bright start by both sides.
Difficult, really, for Serbia to try and work out what they have to do, because a draw certainly is not what is required as Kenan crosses, and danger here for Bosnia. It's hacked to safety. Backs to the wall just for a second. Although, of course, a draw will see them claim a playoff place. Spain are certainly likely to beat San Marino. I think that is taken as a given.
I think both teams will be expecting that, Darren. So what's making this an even more exciting game is it's very, very open.
Header comes in just wide of the target. Wasn't that far away. HasagićIgor didn't have to make the save, but the header only a foot or so wide of the left-hand upright.
Yeah, and it's a decent ball in, is it? And it's Matej Kenan who gets on the end of it. Couldn't quite direct it towards the goal. Decent ball in. There we see the header under a little bit of pressure.
Serbia, who have surprised many, although not perhaps those that followed them over the past couple of years. They managed to draw in Valencia against Spain, a 1-1 draw that really set them up to qualify as group winners. Spain have really struggled. They did get the better of Belgium at the weekend to put themselves back into second spot, but of course Bosnia coming into this match after a 3-0 success over San Marino. A hat-trick from Elvir Bolic at the weekend gave them this chance to make it through to the playoff places. Kenan, very much a danger man for his country. He's winning his 43rd cap tonight, 15 goals in Serbian colours, and another opportunity here, and the save on this occasion by HasagićIgor was required.
Well, it ended up being comfortable for the goalkeeper, didn't it? But delightful ball in, no real direction on the header. Comfortable for the keeper, who's looking quickly to dispatch it.
This is Vedin Muzić, Torino midfielder who's been around for a long time. He spent the last 5 years in Italy. He shot early on that didn't quite test the Serbian keeper, and the clearance only finds touch. Player with plenty of experience, and in such an atmosphere like this, that is certainly required. He's available at the moment. The ball was worked towards Hasan Salihamidzic, the Bayern Munich midfielder who was a doubt for this game because of injury. Player who's gone down here is Zlatan Bajramović. And it would be another free kick in Bosnia's favour.
Well, I didn't see too much wrong with that, to be honest, and thankfully the players got up very, very quickly. It was a block tackle to go for, both players committed. And again, you know, one of those things where the referee's just got to be sure that contact's always made.
Again, the challenge came in, and I don't think it's going to be too long before we see the first yellow card of the match here. 55,000 making their voices heard, and the challenge is coming thick and fast, but still 0-0. It's a decent ball over to this near side, taken down first time by Koroman, who does well, looks to drop a shoulder. Eventually the cross to the far post, real chance here, and a goal! Who got the final touch? It looks like it was Kenan. Matej Kenan, who's scored after 7 minutes here to put the home team ahead, and the pressure very much now on Bosnia. Sloppy defending, you might say, but it had been coming. They looked dangerous from crosses in the opening 6 or 7 minutes, and this time Kenan forces the ball home.
That was a very, very well worked goal, wasn't it? Out wide, keeping possession of the ball. Just a little back heel here, just a clip ball into the box far post area. Goalkeeper no chance at all. Decent head back as well, you've got to say. And Matej Kenan arriving in the 6-yard box. That's what he's all about, goal poacher. Simple tap in for him.
Well, that'll settle the nerves. And Serbia have scored after 7 minutes here. It's Matej Kenan. It's all going to plan for Ilija Petkovic's team.
Well, Bosnia all over the place there at the back, but you've got to say, decent passing, good cross into the box by Serbia. And they get their just rewards. Decent finish by Kenan.
Bosnia have got to try and battle back if they're going to keep their dreams alive. The coach is barking out the order from the sidelines. We've got one or two firecrackers coming onto the pitch as well. Bosnia have a corner, good delivery, free header here, straight into the arms of Dragoslav Jevrić. It was a well-worked corner, and it was Zlatan Bajramović who managed to get the header away.
That was a good header, wasn't it? Decent ball in. Not enough bodies around. They just got to mark a little bit tighter than they did. Good header, bang on target. And the goalkeeper, you've got to say, a little bit fortunate that, although he was in the centre of his goal, you think either side of him could have given him a problem. But just a sign there that Bosnia can get back at Serbia.
Bajramović, he plays in Germany with Schalke. Just one goal for his country so far. Actually born in Germany, in Hamburg, but a Bosnian international by way of his parentage. Serbia coming forward once again. They lead by a goal to nil here. A touch from Albert Nagy of Partizan Belgrade, one of the favourites in this part of the world. And then the assistant on the far side flagging for a free kick to the visitors.
One thing that's good, Dan, is it's a nice open game, isn't it? Some good football, some good passing. And we've already seen the first goal. I don't think it'll be the last one we'll see if the two teams keep playing like this, but both teams having to go for it. And Serbia have probably looked the better in possession than Bosnia having these opening stages of the game. But both sides really get attacking.
Vidić with the ball in.
At every opportunity.
Bosnia certainly aren't lying down after going a goal behind, and they're looking to pick their way through this packed Serbian defence. This is Musić once again. The Torino man comes forward. Good interchange of passes here as Vasaras manages to play the ball over to this near side, looking for the run of Elvir Bolic, who scored those 3 goals against San Marino, 34 years old now, when he is 49th cap. Played most of his club football in Turkey. As we watch the goal again here, it was an excellent run from Koroman initially.
His first touch was good though, wasn't it? His first touch was terrific. Just gives him the opportunity from the long pass to deal with the ball. And we see Kezman's timing of his run was absolutely spot on.
Well, Zigic it was who knocked the ball back, the Red Star Belgrade striker. 4 goals so far this season for him in the Serbian top flight. More defending to do here for Bosnia. Miroslav Milankovic looking to rally his troops. Good interception coming in. The referee once again, I think, will blow for a foul and a free kick to Bosnia. Just about rising to his feet now. As the fullback here, Džemal Berberović of Litex Lović in Bulgaria.
He's done well, hasn't he? He's read the pass. The pass was a little bit short of pace, but he's read it, and that's been given away.
Zigic looking to get in, manages to stay on his feet, but the ball just runs away from him, and eventually it's cleared by Milankovic. Bosnia do look a little bit shaky at the back, and the big striker here, Nikola Zigic, is causing 1 or 2 problems.
He's a big lad, isn't he? And as we saw from the goal at the far post there, difficult to mark. But just giving the ball away there, Bosnia, and Zigic to run at the defence. His first touch wasn't the best. He didn't quite have the pace to get away from the defenders, but obviously a sign that Bosnia have got to be careful of the big fella up front.
Musić is robbed, and the ball once again at the feet of a Serbian player. Duljaj of Shakhtar Donetsk manages to play in Djordjevic, and plays his football in Greece with Olympiacos. He's actually a Greek citizen. He married a Greek girl not so long ago, but still plays for Serbia. He was floated in by Vidić. Once again looking for the run here of Djordjevic, and then the foul. No, not given by the Greek referee. Chance for Bosnia to clear, but they've given it straight back to the men in blue.
There's Dordovic there on the edge of the penalty area, going down very, very easily. Slightest bit of contact. As I said earlier, so far anyway, 10 minutes into the game, 11 minutes into the game, referee's done very, very well. Suggesting to Dordovic that he can't go down that easily and always get a free kick.
Just from a referee's point of view, it's easy to be tempted to hand out the yellow cards very early on, but then that can cause problems late on in the match.
Yeah, always gives referees problems. I think one thing he can be is very authoritative and just have a stern word with players in the opening 10-15 minutes. Because if he does book them very, very early, sometimes it can give him problems.
Jevrić again, looking to just thread it through towards Kenan. Chance perhaps for Bosnia to come forward now. There's options left and right here. As Bajramović comes forward, and then the challenge coming in, and maybe we will see the first yellow card of the game here. In fact, we won't. Just a little bit of a lecture, not even that. Albert Naj, the Bosnian player, complaining, although the challenge actually came in from Nemanja Vidić of Spartak Moscow. Chance for Hasan Salihamidzic of Bayern Munich to go forward, looking to add to his 6 goals for his country. Very much a star of the Bayern Munich side that has won the Bundesliga in recent years. He's picked up 5 Bundesliga titles, in fact, has Salihamidzic, plus a Champions League winners' medal. He scored in a penalty shootout against Valencia. And here comes the Bosnian free kick, but easily dealt with and taken by Jevrić.
It was a poor free kick in the end, wasn't it, by Grlić? Overhit, easy one for the goalkeeper to take. Just one of those situations where Bosnia really need to apply a little bit of pressure on Serbia, just to turn the screw back the other way. It's a poor free kick, just gives possession back.
Duljaj wants to take this free kick. Hasan Salihamidzic once again involved in the action, but penalised on that occasion. Serbia world ranked 48th compared with Bosnia's 67th. Not too much in it when you get to those sort of levels in terms of ranking points, but if Serbia do qualify for the World Cup finals, they will shoot up. And as the likes of Spain and Belgium have found out throughout this qualification process, Serbia certainly a force to be reckoned with. This is Duljaj. Looking towards Kenan. Duljaj again. And eventually a free kick has been given, has it? No, it's a throw in. Duljaj will take. And Serbia pretty much in control here. This is Vidić. Tracking back has been done by Grlić. Plays his football in Germany with Duisburg. Meanwhile, the ball has been given away. Koroman looking to steal in. Musić will clear. Haven't seemingly been able to get a foothold in the game so far, Bosnia.
No, they haven't. I mean, they've started brightly in the opening few minutes, but Serbia have totally dominated since then, and their passing's been crisper, it's been sharper, it's been accurate. And we've seen that from the goal that they've already scored. And Bosnia really struggling to keep hold of the ball over 3, 4, 5 passes and more. And we see Serbia just pushing them back as the attack tries to be built up, but they do need to do something about it. They need to get some control of the ball.
This is Gavrančić of Dynamo Kiev, plenty of Champions League experience in his legs over the last few years. And eventually Serbia win a throw. Kenan battling away. Didn't really get too much of a go at Chelsea, you felt. He only started 6 Premier League games, 18 times as a substitute. It's always going to be difficult for a striker to try and get to the pace of the game. There's a chance here as it's fired in. Ricochets back off Sergei Barbarez, back in. And still Serbia probing away, and this is easy as the pullback looks towards any number of Serbian players, and Bosnia just unable to defend in numbers, it would appear, to keep Serbia out at the moment.
Well, they're working a lot harder, Serbia, aren't they? Not only to get the ball anywhere near the penalty area, but when they lose it, they try and win it back very quickly. It just looks like they can attack at will at this moment in time.
Musić coming forward. Left back darts in field. Challenge of short sorts was made by Predrag Djordjevic. There is Salihamidzic. And still, good run initially from the Bayern Munich man, then just takes on too many players. Vidić it was that stood in his way in the end.
Yeah, Salihamidzic obviously feels he's got to do a little bit more than he has done so far. Hasn't been involved too much. But trying to maybe do a little bit too much there. Really did need to pass.
It is Albert Naj. Partizan Belgrade has played abroad in Spain with Real Betis and Oviedo in the mid-late 90s. Back at Partizan now for a second spell. He's picked up some 3 titles with the capital club in Serbia. We're looking complete control at the moment as we approach the 20-minute mark here in Belgrade, and certainly the home fans are happy, although Bosnia coming forward and the whistles start once again. This is Elvir Bolic looking to just chuck his way past this packed Serbian defence. Still, Bolic has possession. Djukanovic gets a touch, and eventually it's come towards Berberović, and the move breaks down.
Good defending by Serbia, though, just getting bodies back behind the ball, forcing the play away from their own goal. And we saw the pole pass by the Bosnian, and they're able to push up and deny space.
Hasan Salihamidzic has been fouled by Igor Duljaj, and this will be a free kick to Bosnia. Maybe just a chance to put a bit of pressure on the Serbian goal. Vidić takes short. It's the first time that Bosnia have played in Belgrade since the war in a competitive match, and only the 3rd time these two sides have met since the breakup of Yugoslavia as it once was known. And both of those meetings coming in Sarajevo, a draw in the previous match in this particular qualification section, 0-0, and a 2-0 success for Yugoslavia as they were known back in August 2002. Berberović, we felt, might get a yellow card there, but the Litex player doesn't.
Well, I think he's a little bit fortunate, as we saw from the challenge. He's slid in from a long way away and made no contact with the ball at all. Davic there going to ground, but I think he's a little bit fortunate, Berberović. We said earlier on about don't want yellow cards too early in the game. Sometimes wild challenges like that do deserve it, and I'm sure if he makes another one, I think we'll see a yellow card.
Serbian fans that are happy at the moment and behaving themselves as well, which is always good to see considering the nature of this particular match. This is Koroman, drops the shoulder and still goes. The right foot cross the far post looking for the giant figure of Nikola Vidić, but it was overhit on that occasion.
Well, he's done well again, hasn't he, Koroman? Links up well with Duljaj on that right-hand side. Good ball to the far post, just where you expected Vidić to be. He wasn't there, he just come inside a little bit too far.
Serbia have a corner. Vidić will take. Oh, and it's just wide of the target. I think it was Mladen Krstajić that may well have got the touch. It was the Schalke defender whose header goes wide. I think he took a touch off a Bosnian player in the end.
It's a good delivery as well, wasn't it, into that near post area. Krstajić first to rise, decent header, looking for that far post or far side netting. I think the goalkeeper may have got a touch on it as well. He has. It's a corner.
Assistant just giving a signal to wait. Then comes the corner eventually into the far post, and it's gone behind for yet another flag kick. And certainly when the crosses come in, it's Serbia that look dangerous. It was Sergej Barbarez, the skipper, that knocked it behind.
There's a good header under pressure as well. Vidić was right behind Barbarez. It's a good defensive header. Another corner. Good pressure by Serbia.
Krstajić waits at the near post. Kezman inside the 6-yard area as well. In comes the delivery from Vukic. This time it's a lower trajectory. I'm not sure he completely meant it. And Bosnia will clear.
Just got the delivery wrong there, didn't he? Didn't quite get the elevation on the ball that he was looking for, especially with the likes of Zigic in the middle.
Cleared upfield, and it's Serbia that can forward once again. Koroman has been busy on this right-hand side. Kezman next to centre, and once again it's another corner.
It was nice down to see Serbia when they do attack. They attack with pace. Pace, purpose. They've got a good shape about their side. They like to use the wide players, get it into areas behind fullbacks, get deliveries into the box. And it's causing all sorts of problems for Bosnia as this first half rolls on.
Jevrić will take this corner kick, fourth of the match for Serbia. Doesn't quite find its intended target. Bosnia should be able to come away with possession. Music jumps out of the challenge that comes in. It will be a throw-in though, and nothing more for Bosnia. And there's Music again. Looking to just hold off Koroman, who eventually takes down Vidić. Now then, will this be the first yellow card of the game? He's trying his hardest, the group referee, not to give any sort of cautions, but he took his legs there.
Well, he did. I mean, he's taken his legs and he's going to get the yellow card for it, Koroman. And I suppose you've got to say, 20-odd minutes into the game, the referee's probably done quite well to keep his yellow cards in his pocket. But there comes a time where we see Vidić just turning there, and Koroman nowhere near the ball, just clips his legs and takes them away. And you can understand the referee eventually having to give the yellow card. So Koroman's got to be careful.
Koroman winning his 11th cap for Serbia. The last 4 seasons in Russia, firstly with Dynamo Moscow, then with Kralija Sovetov, before moving to Terik Grozny midway through this season. Rather fortuitously, Bosnia keep possession here. Options left and right as they try and get forward. Elvir Bolic has taken up a good position. The ball is swung over to that right-hand side, but the cross is charged down. It will be a Bosnian throw-in around that far side. Krstajić wants a little bit of backup there. Salihamidzic waits on the edge of the penalty area. Still the cross is charged down.
Got to do more on the ball there for me, Bosnia. Just knocking it into Krstajić. Oh, we could see another yellow card here. That's a poor challenge. Oh, Krstajić, well, he's going to get away with it. That's a poor challenge.
Rather unfortunately, we've got 1 or 2 poor scenes off the field of play as well. It was perhaps always likely. Hopefully that will settle down. Hasan Salihamidzic gets ready to take this free kick. In fact, he's left it.
Just a little bit of pushing and barging in the penalty area there as the players just trying to find some space, but they need a good delivery now. Bosnia get something into the box, keep it away. He suggests from Nikola Zigic, who's gone back there to help out his defence.
Jevrić will take, just to get the ball inside that penalty area, still not away. Maybe an opportunity to try and get the shot away. Barbarez unable to do so. And a lucky break so close for Bosnia there. There was 3 white shirts on the edge of the penalty area. It didn't fall to any of them, and Kenan can now come forward. Eventually he loses out, and it's all the way back to Kenan Hasagić in the Bosnian goal. Bosnia perhaps just playing a little bit better in this last 5. Jevrić's touch finds Vidić.
I think they just need a little bit of confidence, to be honest, Dan. They need to get it into the front men and get a few passes going. You know, get 3, 4, maybe 5, 6 passes together so that the players can feel a little bit confident. But their passing hasn't been the best so far, and Serbia are working so hard to close them down. Their first touch has got to be better than it has been. But Serbia are working very, very hard to win them all back.
Serbia lead by a goal to nil. Matej Kezman's efforts 7 minutes into the game, the difference so far. Just over 25 minutes gone in Belgrade. Serbian fans that are happy at the moment. Their team will qualify as group winners with 22 points if they can keep hold of this 1-0 lead. Hasagić gets ready to take the goal kick, playing his football in Turkey with Gaziantepspor. Just a 16th cap. He hasn't had too much experience for club or country, and he might have to use some of it here because it's Serbia coming forward, and the opposing figure of Zigic was nearly in, and eventually it's cleared to safety by Berberović.
Yeah, good play by the assistant referee on this near side, because there was definitely an offside for Zigic, but for some reason, just looking at there, Vukic there goes to ground so easily. Really should have carried on running. I don't think there was much contact there. He's stayed down where he's hurt himself when he fell. I'm not sure, but as we saw the ball coming through, Zigic was offside there, in an offside position, but Vukic coming through. Well, he's looking at the referee there. There's nothing wrong with him, and yet he needs some treatment. I think he needs to keep going here. If he's looking for something, then really has to make some sort of collision with the 3 defenders that are sort of crowding him out, but I can't believe there's too much wrong with him there.
Zvonimir Vukic now at Portsmouth. He's only played a handful of games in the Premier League.
Here we see the goal again. It's a good knockdown by Zigic, isn't it? The timing of the run by Kezman, spot on. Good ball in as well. Give some credit as well to Duljaj on the right hand side there, just delivering it to the far post area. Big fella only just has to nod it down, and there we see the arriving Kezman.
Vukic is still off needing some treatment. He did score at the weekend in the success over Lithuania with the Portsmouth man. He hasn't scored for his club this season. News of goals going in San Marino. Spain lead by 2-0. No real surprise there. It means that Spain will jump up to 20 points. It does mean that Serbia need to win this match to go through to the finals and avoid the playoff.
I think it's foregone conclusion now that Spain will definitely win the game anyway, and so it's really all to play for both sides.
There's a slight footnote to what might happen in terms of how many goals Spain score. If they do win by 5 goals and Serbia only draw here against Bosnia, they would have the same amount of points, but Spain, as long as they win by 5 goals or more, would actually top the group. So how many goals Spain score could be a factor should Serbia only draw. But as it is, they lead by 1-0, and we've had half an hour or so here in Belgrade. Bosnia, he looked at 6s and 7s in the opening 15 minutes or so. Just reorganise themselves a little bit. Although it's Serbia on the attack once again. Vukic is back on. This is Kezman. Eventually, Serbia have to work it all the way back to Dragoslav Jevrić, the Kanaspor keeper. Keepers on show tonight.
That's the sort of thing we've just seen there that Bosnia haven't been able to do, where it's gone into the front man. It went all the way for Serbia, all the way up to Kezman, and rather than lose possession, they've gone all the way back to their own goalkeeper, and they've just kept the ball away from Bosnia. Frustrating for players. They all want to get in touch, always want to get involved. We see how Serbia just controlling the game by keeping possession of the ball.
They've lost it for now though. Krstajić with the mistake, and it will be a throw into Bosnia. Given away rather cheaply once again. It's Albert Nagy of Partizan Belgrade that wins it back, and now Radim Krstajić of Schalke has played Champions League football this season. Gets a touch on that far side. Bundesliga winner with Werder Bremen prior to his move to Schalke. Vidić takes the throw. Koroman off in pursuit. Vidić has it again. Good pressure from the Serbian strikers. Play goes on here. If Serbia can keep it in play with Kezman, but they can't. And once again, that's just a sign of how much the Serbian forwards and midfielders want it.
Just a sign as well as how hard they're working. I mean, it's terrific play. Good sliding challenge. Wins the ball nice and cleanly. And always grateful to the defenders and midfield players when your forwards are working like that.
Barbares swings the ball over to the far side for Bosnia, looking to come forward through Berberić. Berberić loses out. And the long ball forward to Džakarović. Also doesn't find its intended target, although once again Bosnia looking to close down whenever they can. It is Duljaj. Asking for a few options provided by Koroman. Duljaj goes again, looks to get away from Sergej Barbares, and still goes. Barbares gets the challenge in, and does well. And then Muzić just runs straight into Kezman, who can keep the ball in play, and the cross is hit too hard, and the chance gone.
Yeah, just lifted his head there, Kezman. Wasn't he sharp to close down the Bosnian defenders? And his drive across the ball, I think he's tried to just drill it in low and hard, got underneath it, lifted his head, and the ball was overhit. You just feel it's more about whether Serbia can score another goal rather than Bosnia getting back into the game.
The Bosnian player down at the moment. Sliding challenge was made and missed on that occasion by Milenkovic, and Serbian players put the ball out of play, so the Bosnian midfielder can get a little bit of treatment here. Ivica Grilic.
Again, not a lot of contact as Grilic goes down. You see he's up again, he's okay. Again, the referee doing well to keep the play going.
Grilic has played the last 10 years in Germany, actually born in Croatia, but does represent Bosnia. Food for thought for the coaches. I'm sure that Ilija Petković will be the happier of the two, given the scoreline. Blažić has got plenty of food for thought at half-time, should it be 1-0 and his team still trailing. Have to change it at some stage, I guess.
Yeah, but I think Petković, as you say, will be more than happy with what he's seen so far. Obviously the goal is a plus for him, but the team are actually playing very, very well. The passing's good, they're working hard for each other, especially the two forwards, and Matija Kezman working his socks off. But you know, that's a sign of a coach who's going to be really, really happy with his side. But I think he would love to see, with the dominance they've had as this first half's wore on, another goal in the bag before half-time.
Milenkovic looks to bring it forward. Serbia have it again. Kezman looks to go through the centre. A bit awkward here for the Bosnian defenders. Barbaras was back. Kezman goes down, and that's a free kick, and this could be a yellow card. It is issued to the Bosnian defender Ninoslav Milenkovic for a shove.
Well, we can see what the yellow card was for. He wasn't even looking at the ball. Milenkovic just come across Kezman. Kezman making the run between defenders. And there's confirmation. Thoroughly deserved.
Player actually played league football in Serbia. Milenkovic with Hajduk Kula before moving on to Belgium initially with Lies. Free kick there has been given to Serbia. It's some way out. Krstajić might be fancying his chances of having a crack here. Will be Krstajić, and takes it on and then goes for goal, and so close outside of the post. Serbian coaches were off their backsides in the bench and thought for a second it might have just nestled in the corner.
That's good play by Krstajić, isn't it? Good drive towards goal, but did Kezman get a touch, and was he offside when the ball was struck? I think he was level when the ball was struck. Just missed his touch, perhaps. You can see the look on his face there. He was expecting to try and divert it back the other way, past Hasagić.
Certainly Serbia offered so much more as an attacking threat, as they have done throughout the qualification process. They are the top goal scorers in the section with 15. They've only conceded one, and that was away against Spain. Super record from Serbia, some 8 clean sheets in the section. Completely in control, it would appear. Another goal for Spain. It might only be the playoffs for Luis Aragones' side. As long as it stays 1-0, Bosnia will believe they have a chance to get back into the game, but Bosnia do need to win. A draw is no good for Blažic's team. This is Barbaras, the skipper.
I think the one thing is that they can get in at half-time at 1-0. They'll believe that they've still got hope of getting back into it. But on the balance of play and the way the first half has gone, you can only feel that perhaps Serbia, as long as they don't switch off, can come out score more goals in the second half if they don't get any up till half-time. But important that Bosnia, well, first and foremost, don't keep giving silly free kicks away like that, but don't let a goal in before the half-time break.
7 minutes or so until half-time, and it's still Serbia that lead by a goal to nil. Kenan waits. Towering figure of Zigic is in there as well. The flick on, there's a chance here, and they're getting in each other's way. Zigic seemed to strike the ball at Kenan. The keeper is absolutely furious with Barbara as his captain because there were so many blue shirts in there. It's amazing how the ball didn't end up in the back of the net.
It's all about dealing with the free kick initially for Bosnia. Got to do better with this free kick. It's a low one, not dealt with. Kenan ran into an offside position. Probably one of his biggest problems when he was at Chelsea, is he always seemed to be in an offside position in his enthusiasm to get into that 6-yard box. There we see him try and turn. Good foot in by Barbarez.
Certainly an interesting point with Kenan because he scored so many goals in Dutch football, but of course it's a different type of football in Holland. It's a very, very slow build-up. They play it around all the time. It's a division certainly where you don't get the offside flag going up all the time, and when he came to the Premiership, that's exactly how he did struggle.
Well, the Dutch league is a step down from the Premiership, you'd have to say, in European football. And Kenan really didn't cut it in the Premier League with Chelsea. Probably had the opportunity, but didn't quite make it. But prolific when he played in Spain, in Holland for PSV. And always does very, very well for Serbia.
6 goals in his last 7 appearances for club and countries. Started life out pretty well in Spain with 3 goals for his new club, Atletico Madrid. And he scored the goal tonight, which gives Serbia a real opportunity to go to the World Cup. This is Muzić coming forward for Bosnia. Over on this near side is Hasan Salihamidzic. It's to get a low cross in. Muzić has it again. A Serbian throw.
That's a position where Muzić just needs a little bit of support, someone backing him up. When he turns back out like that, he needs just to play it into a defender or midfield player coming in from behind, just to support him. A little bit more confidence in the side, just to push up a little bit higher to give that support when they get in advanced areas, because that's what happens. Muzić then loses his touch and the possession's given back to Serbia, and they can't maintain the pressure that they're putting on Serbia, and so consequently they're working so much harder to keep the ball.
Vidić finds Milenkovic, looking to get Berberović in here. He continues off on his run on that far side. The space here for Bolic, perhaps. It's come out to Hasan Salihamidzic. A low cross, but too many Serbian players to cut it out. This is Muzić, and this is better from Bosnia as well. Salihamidzic has it again. Duljaj is the covering Serbian player, looking to just muscle his way past, and does well. Just a Bayern Munich man, but a shove according to the Greek referee, and that's a free kick to Serbia. Duljaj perhaps a little bit fortunate.
I think he's a little bit lucky there, Duljaj. We see 2 against 1. He's got nowhere to. He's just trying to get round the back of Duljaj. A little bit unfortunate not to get the benefit of the doubt from the referee there. Salihamidzic.
Free kick to Serbia. Most of the play has been in the Bosnian half. Certainly Serbia dominating possession, just as they've dominated the group, really.
Well, you can see from that graphic there that Duljaj coming up on the right back position, and Koroman in the right side of midfield. And the goal has obviously come from there, from the delivery. They've looked good down this right-hand channel, Serbia, and here they go again.
This is Kenan this time. Hits to the byline, a low cross in, but unable to find a teammate. Really needed to be the player inside the penalty area there, but it wasn't to be. This is Djordjevic. Eventually, it's Serbia that can come away with Krstajić over on the far side. Challenge from Berberović. Krstajić gets the cross in. Easy though for Hasagić to make the claim, and just volleys it out. Wants to get something going quickly here for Hasan Salihamidzic, but can't do so, and I guess he's given the ball away pretty cheaply. Duljaj has it now for Serbia. Here is Koroman. This is Albert Nagy. Once again, that control passing, as Clive described, on show. Kesman peeling away to the flanks once again. A challenge just about good enough from Milenkovic.
He's done well then, Milenkovic. He's done well against Kesman, stood his ground. One thing he did wrong though was when he won the ball, he really should have delivered it and passed it forward instead of running away with the ball and then almost losing possession. But they've kept the momentum going.
This is Musić. This is overhit, no one at the far post. Picked up eventually as Bosnia looked to work the ball inside the penalty area again. This is Đakirović. Jevrić gets a touch. Chance of a Serbian break. Flag was up on this near side very, very early. No doubt about that. Kesman offside again.
I think if anybody's going to be offside, it would have been Kesman, but that's poor by Kesman. He's a better player than that. Great chance of a counter-attack. Good play through midfield by Nagy. Good early delivery to Kesman. You can understand Kesman being offside if Nagy had taken a touch, but he didn't. He played it first time. And Kesman's, in his enthusiasm to attack the goal, gets himself into an offside position.
Touch from Vukic. Bosnia, though, let this ball go out of play for a throw inside the final minute or so of this first half, and Bosnia win a free kick.
A little bit of a sympathy free kick, I think, there for Bosnia. Krstajić there just standing his ground. Minimal contact there.
Vidić went down, and now an opportunity with just 40 seconds to go until the 45 is up. Vidić delivers, and the striker Nikola Zigic obviously didn't get a call from his keeper because he's nodded it pretty much out of his hands.
It was a good ball in, when it's all about delivery. That's a terrific ball in. You can't blame Vukic for clearing his line, just making sure. Goalkeeper really does need to shout a lot louder, but big centre forward there, back doing the defending, doing it well.
Another chance for Bosnia to deliver. And two missiles coming on, and then Kovic gets ready to take. Just 1 minute of added on time. And it comes from Milenkovic, and it's missed by everyone here. That's got to be handball, I think. This is a little bit silly between one or two of the players as well. I don't think there's much doubt that Bajramović did handle.
I don't know what Koroman's problem was. He came rushing over there to have one or two words. Now we see the handball. There's always going to be handball. I think possibly for kicking the ball away, but he did possibly no favours by kicking the ball away. So what Koroman is actually saying there, I'm not too sure.
Still the discussion goes on between the two, but thankfully it's all turned out to be friendly. Shake of the head from Zlatan Bajramović of Schalke. Serbia have pretty much controlled this first 45, Clive, and as the half-time whistle goes, they certainly deserve their half-time lead.
Absolutely, they've been the better side by far in this opening 45 minutes. First 5 or so minutes, I suggest perhaps Bosnia were shading it, but after that, Serbia completely dominated and well worthy of the one goal, possibly could have had more.
Matej Kesman on 7 minutes after good work down the right-hand side. The difference between the two teams after 45 minutes. Bosnia have it all to do. Half-time score here in Belgrade. Serbia 1, Bosnia 0.
Get the official jerseys of America's soccer at worldsoccershop.com.
Oh, what a finish!
For the best selection of official soccer gear, go to worldsoccershop.com. Get your gear today.
Celtic allegiance goes out the window when the best from Ireland, Scotland and Wales collide. Setanta Sports, the only place for the best live Celtic League rugby.
Welcome back to Belgrade. The second half of this crucial World Cup qualifier about to get underway. We're just waiting for the Bosnian team to, rather the Serbian team to emerge. Bosnia ready and waiting to get on with things. The Serbian flag displayed proudly by the Serbian fans, who certainly are enjoying themselves tonight. Serbia by far and away the better team in the first half, and Bosnia, Clive, are going to have to do something pretty spectacular, I think, to try and get back into this game. Remember, they need to win.
Well, it was all about the passing, wasn't it, in the first half for me? I thought Serbia's passing was excellent. First time passing was terrific, and just opened up the Bosnian play all the time. But from Bosnia's point of view, to get back into the game, they've got to get it into the front men. Bolic and Salihamidzic have got to get the ball into feet. They've got to get some pressure on the Serbian defence, but getting the ball into them has been the hard bit in that first half.
Serbia is that are coming forward with Kenan. And it's Spahić that manages to win the ball and then just knocks it straight at Kenan. It seemed to come off, and that will be a Bosnian throw. Spahić will take this throw. Bosnia need to try and do something a little bit different. Never really got a foothold in the game in the first half, and Serbia here with Gavrančić will be hoping that they don't in this second period. Krstajić falls on the running track, but Serbia keep possession. Kenan looks to continue Serbia's run forward, and the ball played through the middle, but too far ahead of any Serbian teammate. It's all the way back to Hasagić in the Bosnian goal. Musić gets a touch. Barbares looking to lift it forward. Musić now darting forward. The challenge coming in was rather poor from Djordjević. That will be a free kick. The defender wants a yellow card. I don't think he's going to get it. He'll get a free kick though.
Well, it's a good run by Musić, wasn't it? I don't like to see players asking the referee to book fellow professionals, but good run by him, wins a free kick, and retain possession, Bosnia.
Can't make anything of the free kick though, and that was pretty much the story of the first half. Whenever Bosnia seemed to come forward, they were snuffed out pretty easy. Goran Gavrančić on that occasion. There will be a throw to Bosnia, which Spahić of Torpedo Moscow will take. And then another foul, and again it's Djordjević that commits the offence, and it's going to be another free kick.
The opening couple of minutes littered with free kicks. One thing you feel that Serbia don't want to do is to give away tons of free kicks, and allow Bosnia to put some pressure on them in these early stages.
There is Djordjević again. Space on that far side for Koroman, who's got a bit of pace about him, and still Koroman coming forward. Chance here for Zigic. Oh! Challenge coming in, doing just enough was Emir Spahić. Zigic just put off at the vital moment.
Well, that's good play, isn't it? Down the right by Koroman. As he puts the delivery in, just about offside there.
Free kick for Serbia. It will be taken and not long by Vidić. Two Bosnian players go for the same ball. This is Spahić. And the whistle goes once again. It's exactly how the first half started, with lots of free kicks given, fouls coming in and stop-starting. It's going to suit Serbia, I think. Spahić all over Kenan on that occasion.
Yeah, his first touch wasn't the best, was it? Spahić and Kenan just seemed to get in his way, so he bundled him over. Kenan letting him know what he thought as well.
Vasaras in discussion with the referee, the Bosnian skipper, still complaining about it. The Greek official just calming down Sergei Vasaras, who's been around a long time now, 34, the 39th cap for the player who's been a real star at Hamburg in the Bundesliga.
You see the frustrations there in Vasaras as he tries to get his point of view across.
Here comes the free kick, and there's an opportunity here for Vukic inside the area. Cleared eventually by Berberović. Cool play inside his own penalty area.
Good play by Berberović, because he could easily have given away a penalty there as Serbia come forward again. Now we see them just turning the ball all the way back to the goalkeeper just so they can retain possession, as Bosnia have come out the traps probably slightly the quickest, as their coach would have wanted them to in the conversation at half-time.
This is Koroman, gets a little bit of luck, and then it's Vukic with a shot. Always rising. The Portsmouth player sees his effort go way over the crossbar.
It's a poor effort by Vukic, but good to see Koroman use his pace again to get in behind Music. A little pullback for Vukic. Maybe he should have done better.
Bosnia keep the ball in play, then give it away. This is Vukic again. His influence growing perhaps. Djordjic leaves it, Vukic goes again. Real chance here to make it two. Still Vukic, delayed. And the referee, what has he given here? Nothing. Just for a second I thought he was going to point towards a spot. Then it looked like Vukic would receive a yellow card. Instead, play goes on.
Well, it's a strange one, wasn't it? Why Vukic didn't pull the trigger and fire for goal, I don't know. It's like he's almost waiting for the challenge. He's waiting for that point of contact, and as soon as it comes, he goes to ground. Well, you've got to say, I don't think on first sighting that there was a lot of contact, but I suppose if there's some contact, it should have been a penalty. But why he didn't shoot? And he had an open goal, really.
Well, he just delayed too long in the end. Did Zvonimir Vukic, looking to add to his 6 goals for his country. He did score at the weekend against Lithuania in the 2-0 success in Vilnius, but allowed the challenge to come in here.
Well, there didn't seem to be a lot of contact from Spahić. He's tried to play the ball, but we go back to Vukic. Really should have pulled the trigger. I think really at the end of the day it was on his weaker left foot, and he was frightened that perhaps was missing, but should never have done that. Should have just struck the ball.
Perhaps would have killed the game, because at 2-0 Bosnia have to score 3 obviously, and remember Serbia are a side that have conceded just 1 throughout the whole qualification process so far. 1.5 games worth. Music with the header. It's knocked back towards Koroman though. Just leaning into Music has been a good battle, and Koroman's got the better of him again. The low cross this time, cleared by Milinkovic.
Yeah, I think Koroman's given Music all sorts of problems. Here we see the possible penalty decision again. Vukic getting the ball stuck under his feet somewhat. But Koroman's been good in this second half. Created the goal in the first period with a decent cross. And he's giving Music all sorts of problems.
Bosnia have an opportunity to come forward. The challenge coming in is good by Krstajić. Throw in taken by Spahić. Or by Berberović, should I say. Vasaras unable to pick up the loose ball. This is Djordjic. And now Vukic, who's had a couple of opportunities really in this second half to pretty much put Serbia through. Meanwhile, an opportunity here, and it's Zigic that slides in. Kenan was there also. Flag stayed down.
Yeah, just the pass was just slightly overhit. You've got to say, for me though, he's in an offside position. And Zigic went in, he just got too much on the ball.
Another chance now, and this time it's Kenan coming away. Needs support inside the penalty area. It is Kenan just trying to thread it through towards the onrushing Zigic. It's gone behind for a corner.
Good interception by Kenan, just reading the players. A poor pass fired by Vasaras, trying to play it back to his defenders. Kenan's so quick, but his first touch was probably a little bit too heavy. And then once he gets one-on-one, you feel possibly should have done a bit better.
Another chance. And it comes from Jevrić. That's good delivery again, and the header's over the crossbar. The keeper, Kenan Hasagić, is absolutely furious with the referee. He felt perhaps that he didn't get enough protection there from the official.
I think this is unlucky as well. It's Vidić with the header. Well, you've got to say the goalkeeper never really got there, and Vidić, the big central defender for Serbia, coming up and causing the goalkeeper all sorts of problems. He was looking for the free kick. And I think the referee again has made the right decision, and he's had a pretty good game today, and he needed to under the circumstances.
Free kick taken quickly. Chance here perhaps as Bosnia look to work an opening, and then a Bosnian player's gone down inside the penalty area. Still play continues with the substitute here. Bartolovic looking to get the ball in. He offers his apologies for not managing to get the ball beyond the defender. But it'd be interesting to take a look at that move again. I see the Bosnian players not happy with the officials here. As Bartolovic got forward on the right, the move eventually ended with him and was wasted. I'm not sure who was the player that went down inside the box.
I think they've done well to work the opening, haven't they, Bosnia? It's probably the best chance they've had. Got into a wide area, in behind the fullback, Duljaj, and from there the delivery into the box wasn't the best, but they proved that they can work their way in.
Given away by Zigic, play continues as the big man crashes to the ground. Still Bosnia coming forward, and then the referee decides to give the decision in the home side's favour. Challenge coming in on that occasion by Bajramović, and it was on Krstajić, the skipper. This is Vukic. It's opened up nicely for Vukic. Thought about the shot, he still might. It's opened up for Kenan, has it? Still Serbia coming forward and straight into the mid-drift of Milenkovic, who got his body in the way, but it opened up nicely again there for, first of all, Vukic and then Kenan.
Well, Vukic has done ever so well, hasn't he? Just a little toe poke towards Kenan. His first touch was good. Good defensive play. You've got to say by Milenkovic, who gets across very quickly. But Serbia still on the attack.
This is Koroman crowded out and dragged back as well. Perhaps this is going to be a free kick.
Well, again, it's Koroman causing Musić all sorts of problems. So Musić try and get forward in that opening 15 or so minutes in the first half. Really has been penned back by Koroman. And it's relentless for Musić at the moment.
Coming up to the hour mark. Serbia leading by a goal to 0. Here comes the free kick. No one knows what it is initially. It's back to safety by Bajramović. There's Vukic. Certainly seen plenty of the ball in this second half. That's a decent ball through as well here. Chance for a cross to the far post. Krstajić is there. Well saved. Still Krstajić, and eventually the keeper smothers under all sorts of pressure from a number of Serbian players. He did well.
Again, decent delivery to the far post area, and Bosnia struggling to get it away, but Hasagić eventually gets his hands on it and They've got a counter-attack.
They have indeed a substitute looking to play the ball inside the penalty area. Mladen Bartolovic of Zagreb. This is the opportunity at the other end. Krstajić's header initially.
Well, it's got to be a good save as well by HasagićIgor in the goal for Bosnia. But just struggling to stay with the runners as they get into wide areas and deliver the ball towards that far post area. This time it's Krstajić who gets up at the far post with a decent header.
Milenkovic will take this corner kick. The referee has spotted something inside the penalty area and one or two missiles being thrown as well, unfortunately in the direction of the corner taker. I think this is going to be a yellow card here for the substitute Bartolovic, possibly for something that he said to the Greek referee, or at least gestured. Now then, we've got one or two other missiles coming on, and the assistant gesturing to the referee to take note. That'll go in the match report, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if there was a yellow card. There's a push at the near post by Vidić. It was Vidić who got the yellow card. Also, the referee's taking his notebook out to make notes on the missiles being thrown.
Still, the referee isn't happy about something.
Yeah, it's pushing and shoving all round in the penalty. He's just trying to calm it all down without having to throw lots and lots of yellow cards.
Chance here perhaps for Bosnia. It's towards Hasan Salihamidzic on the far side, and it's another corner here for Bosnia. A little bit of pressure on the Serbian goal now.
Duljaj doing very well at the far posters.
He's taken short. Milenkovic opts to go out wide. Shooting opportunity, takes a big deflection, and that's going to be another corner.
This is better pressure by Bosnia. Just testing Serbia. I think they've got the defensive resources to stop these attacks, but you see the comments are coming thick and fast between players.
Bartolovic this time with a corner, doesn't beat the first man, easily dealt with. It'll fall though to the edge of the area, then a sliding challenge from the big centre forward. Then the shot that's just tipped over by Jevrić. Drilled in from some distance. The keeper, I think, just had to readjust his feet there and did ever so well. Dragoslav Jevrić from the shot from what, 35 yards or so.
Well, it was on target, wasn't it? It's a good hand, but you expect him to save that almost straight at him. Just adjust his feet slightly, just to tip it over. Safety first, but we said good pressure by Bosnia. They're just penning Serbia in at the moment.
Bartolovic again. This time it's plan B from the corner kick. Musić, and he's lost out, and then Bartolovic wins it back. It's all a bit scrappy on that far side. Eventually it'll come out here towards Djordjević, and maybe Kenan can make something of it. The challenge coming in though. And this BerberovićGoran on the far side. And that was pouring in from Bosnia.
There's a nice spell of pressure for Bosnia there. And you see the challenge coming in. Sometimes that can be deemed a free kick, but it's a good strike. Jevrić has to make sure that it's going over the crossbar.
Quite sure that it would have gone in, but the keeper simply taking no chances. This is Musić. Djordjević that's lost out, and he's put his side under pressure here. This is Kenan looking to get away from Spahić. Vidić inside the penalty area. Vasaras is there to pick up the loose ball. Bosnia can come forward once again. Bartolovic, the substitute, gets away from Krstajić and still looking to get away from the Serbian skipper. Play continues. Vasaras has it now. The tempo's been upped by Bosnia. Header away. Only as far as Djakarovic again charged down the attempted centre into Djordjević. Bartolovic gets a touch, and now Vasaras opens up for the skipper just for a second, looking to get Bartolovic in again. There's plenty of white shirts inside the penalty area. Low cross this time, and Serbia will deal with the pressure.
Well, I guess it's one of those games where Bosnia just feel that the longer it goes on at 1-0, the more they can take chances and push more players forward and possibly get the equalising goal that they're looking for. And as they do that, their confidence is building, the passes are better, they're quicker, they're sharper. For Serbia to defend.
Just to get the cross in. Serbia really are on the rack at the moment.
Jevrić has come on as a second-half substitute. Spent a long time in Germany with Freiburg and St. Pauli. Before moving on to Schalke when Freiburg were relegated in the summer. Just get a little bit more incisiveness over on the right-hand side, perhaps. We're going to see a further change in personnel. And it's Sudija that's coming on for Vedin Muzić, who's been given a bit of a torrid time over on that far side. But Mirsad Beslija, who plays his football in Belgium with Genk, he's on for his 25th cap. Krstajić will take the throw. Gets a touch. Vasaras has it now for Bosnia. Here's the substitute once again. So just run at the defence and get to the byline. Gets the cross in. Oh, and he's missed everyone out, and eventually it's cleared. So close. What an impact that would have been for Mirsad Beslija, who's only just come on as a substitute.
Well, he's had a good turn of pace there, Beslija, down the right-hand side, and gets a decent cross in, although it was low. It was a good ball in that Serbia only just about scraped away, but they're going to make their own substitution now.
And it's Mladenovic that's coming on. Plays for Crvena Zvezda. Red Star Belgrade to you and me. And it's Zivanovic, who for me been one of the better players in the second half. It's coming off.
I would think it's probably a defensive thought in mind here. You see Vukic getting forward throughout this second half, trying to get that second goal, and when it doesn't come, sometimes coaches get a little bit twitchy, a little bit worried that the opponents are going to counter-attack, so more of a defensive situation being on Mladenovic.
Back at Red Star after a spell with Rangers, and Scotland also had a spell at Real Sociedad in La Liga last season. And Mladenovic is on. We've got a free kick here. He's straight offside, I think. And his substitute, Beslija. And again. Spain have got a fourth against San Marino until they get a fifth. That will be of little concern to Serbia, as long as Serbia win.
Great skills by Mladenovic there. Turning one or two players, a wry smile on his face. He gets fouled. Terrific ability this is. Just takes around two players and drags it away from the third. Then gets brought to ground, but walks away with a wry smile. He knows he's enjoyed that.
Spadge will clear. To set himself up for the shot. Once again, this time it's Bartolovic who's popped up over on that left-hand side there. There's the substitute Mladenovic. Meeting the sandwich, that's a free kick.
Well, substitutes have looked good since they've come on, Dan. You know, talk about subs when they come on and being impressive, and Mladenovic has looked good a few moments ago there. He's not frightened of attacking and getting between defenders. And the game's brightened up again. The passing's been a lot sharper, a lot quicker by both sides.
Serbia still lead by this goal to nil. Kazman, after 7 minutes, the difference between the two sides. Talking about the fact that Bosnia need to win to make the playoff place. Of course, if they do manage to hold Serbia, then it does open the door for Spain. Once we're getting goal flashes from San Marino, because if Spain do win by 5 goals or more, as Bolic is unable to get in, then a draw in this particular match would see Spain jump ahead of Serbia in top spot, so they can't really afford a draw at Serbia, even though it'd be no good to Bosnia. Just a roll.
I think the things we saw in the first half, we saw Serbia, as the game wore on in the first period, totally dominate the play. And as I said before half-time, you know, they'd love to have got that second goal just to kill Bosnia off, but the belief that in the Bosnians at this moment is evident from probably since half-time, from the half-time talk. They know they haven't played particularly well in the first half, and they've come out of the blocks in the second period, and they've really taken the game to Serbia and put them under a lot of pressure.
Jevrić here was just caught. He's a vastly experienced player with Olympiakos in Greece, over 250 appearances and over 50 Champions League appearances as well, as we see Elvir Bolic come off. And the substitute who has come on here is Zvezdan Misimovic, who plays his football in Germany with Bochum, in the second tier of German football at the moment. Actually started out at Bayern Munich in Germany, never really made the grade there. Here's the striker. Coming on for Elvir Bolic, who's never really had much of a look in. It is like for like. And the pair of legs, Misimovic is 23 compared with Bolic at 34. Throw into Serbia meanwhile. And here's Koroman.
Obviously some decent defending by Bosnia, those who didn't see in the first half. They've got a lot closer to Serbia over on that far side, just not allowing them to put a decent cross into the box. Obviously just a toe in and they regain possession. They're getting a lot closer to the Serbian players and not allowing them that little bit more time on the ball. Having to work a lot harder to keep the ball now.
Jevrić goes down. This will eventually find its way over towards Bartolovic here. He's got to beat 3 blue shirts to try and make progress. Eventually the ball runs out of play. Well shielded in the end by Igor Duljaj, who's had a good game with Shakhtar Donetsk man. Another player with Champions League experience under his belt. His time with the Ukraine club.
Defended very, very strongly there, Duljaj, but you've got to say an arm did come across. And sometimes you can see obstruction given for that, but in the penalty area, it would have been a tight decision.
Still Serbia dominating the possession, but Bosnia performed better in the second period. Just that one goal in it. 20 minutes remaining here in Belgrade. Koroman's touch. Given away as substitute Paslicia looks to get in. And this is Kezman, who darts one way then the other. The shot takes a deflection and behind for a corner.
Oh, I just thought we were going to see another goal there as Kezman just gets onto the shoulder of the last man. Gets to the ball first, his touch was good. And the defender got back well to deflect it away.
Which is about to come on for Albert Nagy. Which he plays his football in Turkey for Galatasaray. And many a season in Partizan Belgrade. Midfielder really. And Sassuolo is coming on. For life, here comes the corner and the challenge on the keeper. It was a poor one, and I don't think we need any of this. Vidić, the Serbian player who was involved. Still the pushing and shoving. With so much at stake, you get this a little bit, and the referee's done really well. He's going to give a yellow card to them both, is he? Yes.
I think he's a little bit unlucky there, Vidić. Okay, he's made the challenge. It was a foul. The referee didn't think that it was a yellow card at the time, but for some reason the goalkeeper there, HasagićIgor, gets a little bit excited. And I think he's raised his hands there. He's a little bit fortunate to stay on the park. Vidić really didn't do anything, just stood up. But I suppose if you're face to face these days, it warrants a yellow card. But they had every right to challenge for the initial ball.
5 cautions in the match.
Obviously Kezman getting himself into a good position again. So difficult to mark, he just gets into a blind spot as a defender. And if the ball's good, he's Still difficult to defend against.
Bartolovic away on the left-hand side. It's a little bit of a lucky break here. Can he find a teammate? It will be a corner. And the 7th of the game for Bosnia.
Oh, what a shame Bartolovic didn't get his first cross in. He's tried to pass the ball, got a very lucky deflection. Left him in behind again, behind the defenders. He took his time in making his delivery, but he gets away with the corner.
Bartolovic with a delivery. Better this time, and the header is wide of the target. The delivery generally from the Bosnians has been poor. It was Emir Spahić whose header flashed wide.
I've got to say, it's a decent ball in as well. It's a good header, he's got time. Hard to think he could hit the target there. You see the header just flicked off the top. Again, while it stays 1-0, dead ball situations could give it a sticky time to Serbia.
15 minutes to go here in Belgrade. Serbia still leading by a goal to nil. Spahić manages to clear. And then it's been given away. Zigic's touch. Spahić has it once again. And he draws the foul. He has done well. The group official, Kyros Vasaras.
I think he's been terrific. I think he's been one of those referees who's dealt with things accordingly and basically had a quiet game, although he's given 5 yellow cards out today. It's he's not had a problem with any of the players, and that's a sign of a good referee, and what he did earlier in the game has held him in good stead.
This is true, he hasn't been act and worry about what went on in the first 5 or 10 minutes when he could have given a few cautions and didn't. Serbia coming forward. Sasanic trying to touch the substitute. As well. He goes again. Dragan Milanovic. The cross is pretty poor to say the least. Curls behind and over. And the pressure is gone.
Well, again, Milanovic trying to break forward. It's a good run, isn't it? Good pass in. Little flick round the corner by Koroman. This cross was poor. Well, I don't think Barbares has had the best decisions from the referee today. I think you see him just standing his ground. Big defender comes over the top, but the referee gives it against him for making a back. Instead of trying to make some sort of contact with the ball. I mean, he's experienced, Barbares, he knows what's coming. He's trying to play the professional game.
Kezman. Jevrić. Spahić comes away with possession for Bosnia. 1 or 2 gaps appearing at the back, as there has to be now for the visiting team. Barbares looking to keep the move going, and the challenge coming in was a poor one in the end on Misimovic. And a free kick has been given in Bosnia's favour. Jevrić wants it on the near side. It's come wider still here too. Berberović wants to try and get past Jevrić. Do so. Need to score now, Clive, if they're going to make any sort of fist of going through. Remember, Bosnia need to win.
Well, you've got to say that Bosnia have given it everything in the second period. Played a lot higher up the park. They've worked a lot harder through midfield to close Serbia down.
Hopeful shot, really. Milankovic. He's got some shot on him to score for his country, but always rising with that effort.
Well, as we've seen Berberovic on the right-hand side getting forward. Now your centre-back Milankovic getting forward. Everybody now getting to good areas, pushing Serbia back. You've got to say, from balance of play in the second half, Bosnia have probably shaded it without scoring that goal they're looking for. With doing that, always liable to leave the door open at the other end.
This is Kezman looking to get forward, and the challenge coming in was a good one. He's come behind here for a corner. Berberovic got the ball and believes that it ricocheted back off Matej Kezman.
Well, he seemed a bit definite about that, didn't he, Berberovic? But probably being so definite in his desperation to regain possession. The referee might just have got this one right. And Serbia obviously in no real hurry to take the corner.
Here comes the corner. The whistle has gone already as Nikola Zigic rises. Just a bit of pushing again inside that penalty area.
I think the ball had just swung out of play as well as an outswing on. Just tried to keep it in play. It just swung out of play. The flag went up on the far side. Funny position actually down that HasagićIgor takes up for the corners. Stands a long way off of his line, almost with the ball before it's crossed there.
This is Kenan. Looking to just play the ball back in field for the on-rushing substitute Sasarilic.
Different play by Kenan, isn't it? We've seen him run those channels all evening. And usually sort of checks back onto his right foot and tries to deliver. And this time, gets his head up, the ball's bouncing. It's a difficult ball to deliver. He's tried to get it in with his left foot. Someone with a good player can change the play instead of doing what he normally does. This time he tries to put the ball in the box.
10 minutes remaining here in Belgrade. Serbia 1, Bosnia 0. Serbia looking increasingly likely that they will go to the World Cup finals in Germany next summer as group winners. They won't have to bother with the playoffs. Weren't even favourite to claim a playoff place when the group came together at the start of the qualification process. Of course, involved Belgium as well. Spain very much the favourites. And they are a side that perhaps, Clive, might be able to shock a few people in Germany next summer should they get there.
Well, I think they might well do. I mean, Zigic up front, big, tall centre forward, is going to cause problems for some teams. And of course, Matija Kenan will score your goals. I think defensively today they've been very, very good. They looked very well organised, and they could well cause a few problems against teams that haven't seen them play before.
Gavrančić of Dynamo Kiev clears and does find a teammate. This is Mladenovic. Loses out. And then wins it back. This is it. Sasarilic and now Koroman. Oh, well, that was a clearance and not a back pass, I'm sure. Berberović it was that just sliced it back to the keeper, could have gone anywhere.
Well, I thought for 1 second he was going to slice it over the top of his own goalkeeper's head, but a poor delivery almost creates something for Serbia. That's a sign of a tired left leg, isn't it? Swung off his shin, fortunately straight at his goalkeeper. Again, Vasaras just getting nothing from the referee whatsoever as he tries to stand his ground.
And we've got a fifth. Bosnia should pull one back. Spain would go through as group winners. Serbia would be into the playoffs. Bosnia would still be out. Substitute. Krstajich can't keep the ball in play. Vasaras hungry to get. Only things, there's just 7.5 minutes remaining.
You've got to say defensively that Serbia, though, have played very, very well down, and you can't at this moment in time see Bosnia actually getting one goal, let alone two, with the defensive qualities that Serbia have and well organised that they have been.
It's a frustrated figure, Sergei Vasaras at the moment. Player who whipped round amongst the rest of the squad to try and help pay for the Bosnian travelling fans to get match tickets and coach travel. There's going to be in the region of £40 sterling for them to travel to get to the match and to get a ticket, and with the help of one or two of the superstars in the Bosnian squad it was reduced to a tenner. So much he cares for his country, but it looks like he's going to be on the losing side, and when you consider Vasaras is 34, I don't think he'll have a chance to play the major tournament again. Serbia have a throw.
He's worked hard for the cause, though. Sergei Vasaras, he's played almost at the back in the first half, but pushed further forward into the midfield area in the second period to try and bolster his attack and maybe get something on the Serbian goal.
Now then,
there could be a bit of a problem here, because this is a second yellow card to Vidić, and this is a red. Now, Nemanja Vidić, who was very, very unluckily, well, certainly as far as we're concerned, Clive, yellow carded for the incident with the goalkeeper, has received a second yellow here for this challenge. He didn't really play the ball, but the man went to ground very, very easily, did Misimovic.
Well, you've got to say, Vidić really has got no one to complain to. Really, the ball was nowhere near him. He could not stand across the player's path like that. You understand, as the attacker went forward, he's going to go to ground, any sort of contact, because the ball's not anywhere near him as he tries to block him off, and you can understand why the referees had to send him off for 2 yellow cards. The first one, though, you've got to say, was very unfortunate.
Berborović will cross. There's danger here. Chance perhaps for Bosnia. Barbarez looking to lift it back out to a teammate, Spahić, and the flick on, and maybe an opportunity. Is the shot's fired in, but Jevrić is there, straight down the throat of the keeper, who is in the right place at the right time.
Well, I'm just going to say, it might just give a chance to Bosnia to get back into this game. Just that sending off may just inspire them a little bit more, because this time Serbia don't deal with it. The other side of the goalkeeper, you've got to say, would have given them Jevrić a problem, but I think the last 5 minutes is going to be all Bosnia.
This is Leisure looking to come forward. The cross, though, only finds a blue shirt, and Serbia should be able to clear, but just a mistake by Sasarilic. This will be a throw to Bosnia. Final change for Serbia here. Looks like Aleksandar Lukovic is coming on. He will replace Matej Kezmin. Guess that's the obvious thing to do, bring off your striker.
Well, as they're down to 10 men, you can understand it. Bringing off a striker, bringing an extra either defender or midfield player, but someone who's just going to sit in, and you expect Lukovic to do that, just sit in and help out his team for the cause, basically, over these last few minutes. Kezmin getting a good round of applause, and his goal looks like it's going to separate the two teams at this moment.
Lukovic, who did play at the weekend, the Star Belgrade defender, is on. No one near left back, but I think he'll just bolster that sort of midfield area.
Well, I think he'll probably just sit in front of the back four, or even play as an extra centre back there, just to put an extra player in. And every ball that goes forward now by Serbia, you think he's going to be long and as far away from the goal as possible.
Serbia have a free kick, in fact, just to alleviate a little bit of the pressure. Those fans are getting ready to celebrate, there's no doubt about it.
I think they've already been celebrating the last 10 minutes, Dan, to be honest, and you can understand why. Just the sending off has probably blotted the game slightly. And can they pinch one now just to kill the game off completely?
Here comes a free kick. It's good delivery. It's towards the giant striker Zigic. This will be a free kick though to Bosnia.
It's good defensive header as well. Just when they needed it. Can they mount another attack, Bosnia?
This is Misimovic coming forward, one of the substitutes. Good play to get away from Sasarilic. This is going to be another free kick in a dangerous area. What can they do from here, Bosnia?
Well, I think he's won the free kick, Misimovic. Got a great deal of pace, but good on the ball. Slightest of contact again by Ilic. Misimovic was losing possession, but he's won the free kick. Now then, there's a last chance for Bosnia to leaven it.
The referee wants the rule back the full 10. Chance for Kovacic to play one inside the penalty area. His delivery's been dreadful all night, and there's another one that just doesn't make it to a Bosnian teammate, and a chance for Serbia to break forward. There's plenty of players willing to get forward in this attack as well. This is the substitute. He's only just been on the field of play for a few moments. Lukovic still making it awkward. Spahić manages to win it back. That's going to be a free kick, is it? No. Play continues. Djordjevic
into the final 60 seconds of normal time. Jevrić going backwards with the ball and finds Krstajić. It turns away from Misamovic. Salihamidzic picks up the loose ball. It is Džekarović now for Bosnia. The boos and the whistles are from the Serbian fans. Slaja coming forward, trying to find a way through this Serbian defence. Vasaras steps over and a burst inside the penalty area is rewarded with a free kick to Serbia. Salihamidzic finds no way through.
Well, you can see the reactions from the coaches and the management of Serbia just to slow the game down, take the time, it's nearly there. And although they've not looked as bright as they did in the first half, they've defended very, very well, Serbia, in the second period when Bosnia really have taken the game to them.
3 minutes have added on time. Free kick to Bosnia here. The ball's just been kicked away. I'm not sure that the Greek official saw that. Zigic has been penalised, has he?
Yeah, he's been penalised for a high foot there. I don't understand that rule particularly. And there's no one within 2 or 3 metres of his high boot, but the referee decides on a free kick.
Serbian throw. 45 seconds of the added 3 minutes. Serbia have just got to keep their concentration now. It's unlikely that Bosnia will get 2. It's unlikely they'll get 1, but if they do get 1, it still puts a completely different spin on it. Not so much for Bosnia, but for Serbia. With Spain leading by 5-0 against San Marino. And as it stands, it'll be Serbia that go through to the World Cup finals, Spain into the playoffs, although Bosnia coming forward here inside the penalty area, and Bartolovic goes down. It will be a goal kick and nothing more.
And Milenkovic's doing very, very well there just to stand his ground as Bartolovic goes through inside the penalty area. And Serbia's probably just holding their breath slightly when they see the point of contact. It was the right decision by the referee, and the fans from Serbia really enjoying this.
Serbia, of course, when they were Yugoslavia, managed to get to the semi-finals of the World Cup back in 1930. They're looking for an 8th participation in the finals. Great footballing history and tradition. Inside the final 60 seconds of added on time. Will Bosnia spoil the party? Serbia now for free kick.
Well, it's for Serbia to give away now if they do let in a goal. In possession, less than a minute to go. You've got to feel if Bosnia do get the ball back and they do get an attack going, it's going to be their last chance. But Serbia, all they need to do is keep the ball. They've got themselves a corner. David's doing very, very well to retain possession.
Really given Bosnia too much of a sniff since that sending off.
Good decision by Ilija Petković as well to take Kezman off and bring in midfield players and defenders to stop Bosnia from getting any further forward.
And they will take no further part in the World Cup because it's Serbia who will go through to the finals in Germany as group winners. They've conceded just 1 goal in the whole qualification process, and another victory tonight for Ilija Petkovic's team. 22 points they finished with Mateja Kezman's goal just 7 minutes in. Disappointment for Bosnia, but Clive, you've got to say Serbia deserve it.
Absolutely, and I'm surprised they didn't get more goals, especially in that first half when they totally dominated. You give a bit of credit to Bosnia as well, though at half-time they'd come back into it in the second period. They've thrown everything they had at Serbia, but defensively Serbia have been terrific this evening, both through the back four with the goalkeeper Jevrić and all the way through midfield as well. And fair credit to Serbia, they really, really do deserve to be going to the World Cup.
And they may well shake 1 or 2 people up next summer in Germany. Serbia deserved winners tonight
They win by 1-0. Bosnia are out. Spain go through to the playoffs, but the celebrations only just beginning here in Belgrade. The final score, Serbia 1, Bosnia 0.